celebrating excellence in classroom video production in the Los Angeles Unified School District. KLCS presents the 26th Annual Video in the Classroom Awards with your host, Mark Archuleta.
Hello and welcome to the 26th Annual Video in the Classroom Awards. KLCS and the Los Angeles Unified School District are proud to honor our teachers and students who use movie making as a way of bringing more excitement, involvement, and depth to classroom learning. With all the expectations educators face at this time, it's no small feat to take on making classroom videos. That's why we continue paying tribute to those who've taken the plunge. Throughout today's celebration, you'll see sample clips from our VIC award-winning entries, and we'll also have some special guests who'll be talking with the Director of Classroom Instructional Television at KLCS, Jorge Briceño.
That's right, Mark. Our special guests are teachers who have led their students through the process of brainstorming ideas, transforming these ideas into scripts, performing in front of the camera, working behind the camera, and editing the final product. Impressively, most of these are self-initiated projects. The teachers decided to take on these all-encompassing projects because they realized that their students would reap countless benefits. We'll find out how they continue to approach and accomplish this task. We will also hope that this will inspire other educators to do the same.
All right, thank you, Jorge. This portion of our program focuses on competition within our LAUSD elementary schools. The first winning video answers the question, how do you make learning about volume, equivalent fractions, and finding the perimeter easier for third graders to understand? The answer is, well, you do the math.
It's time to play the game. You do the math. We made these towers. I have 2 rows of 5s on the bottom, 2 rows on top, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, and 37. 1/2 is equal to 2 4s, 3 6s, 4 8s, and 5 10s is equal to 1/2. One, 2, 3, 4. 18, 19, 20. The perimeter is 20 feet.
Boy, I wish I could have found the answers that quickly when I was a kid. Let's meet the teacher producer of You Do the Math, Brad Opshaw from Van Alden Elementary School.
Brad, congratulations on the VIC Awards. Thank you for joining us.
Mr. Briceño.
You've been doing video production for a number of years, and with all of the high stakes evaluations and the pressure, why do you continue to put forth the effort to produce video with your students?
It's interesting about deciding how to do a video production to begin with, because all of a sudden everybody's got to up their game. The kids know that if we're going to record it and show it, it better be good. So I have to be more prepared as a teacher. I'm going to make a better lesson than I would for a still lesson, for example. And the students are going to rehearse material and go over it and make more than one pass at it so that they become the experts, so that they can teach it to the camera. And so it makes teaching and learning fun. It's a good collaboration and in a heightened way. So video production is just a way to do storytelling, things I would do anyway, but also trying to find a clear way to present it to the camera is very valuable for everyone that's involved in the classroom.
Here are some more winners in the elementary division. For English Language Arts, The Inventions.
Perfect! This is just what I need. A pencil!
For Health, Second Step, We're on Our Way.
Hey, mind if I sit here?
No! Oh my, Amanda, that was really...
That was really mean. You pushed me off the bench. Yeah, but I wanted these 2 benches all to myself.
For New Media, The Digestive System.
Yes, we chew the food so it can be broken into small enough pieces so it can be swallowed.
For producer's first take, the Three Little Pigs.
Little pig, let me in, ordered the wolf, his mouth watering. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down.
Some of you may have seen the musical Wicked. It's quite a production, but that didn't discourage students from Braddock Drive Gifted Magnet School. They produced their own version of the Stephen Schwartz hit Broadway show, and they found out a lot goes into pulling off such an extravaganza. But you don't have to take my word for it. Here are the students themselves to tell us all about making Wicked.
At first I thought, oh, it's only going to be makeup and it's just going to be dancing and singing. But really, you have to get it all together. Someone has to direct it. You have to have the microphones. You have to have the lights. You have to have all these special effects. And it's harder than you think it is. Well, the most important thing I learned while doing Wicked was that, well, you should be nice to people anytime. Some people judge people right before, even before they even meet them or know who they are. Well, the funniest thing that happened in the play was right in the middle of one of the songs. My baby sister, she knows all the lyrics to it, and she just started singing along. My favorite memory about doing Wicked was performing. It was fun.
My favorite memory about performing Wicked was that I got to dance.
Let's go down to the Oz does fall through. We'll meet there later tonight. It was really fun because we learned a ton of things and we all worked together to make the play really good.
The students involved in making Wicked learned a lot about teamwork. Let's meet the teacher who made this learning experience possible. Here's Carol Hart from Braddock Drive Gifted Magnet.
Carol, thank you for joining us and congratulations on your VICs.
Thank you.
As a third grade classroom teacher, with all that you have going on, why do you choose to also make videos?
We do 3 videos a year in my class. I do it because the kids need challenge. I have a group of students who move quickly and need advanced work, and they need to be challenged. And they're so capable and they're so talented. And it's just sort of a perfect thing to extend the learning in some of the other areas that we study anyway in 3rd grade.
Here are more VIC Award winners in the elementary division. For school information, the Puente Summer Intensive Language Program.
Hello, my name is Victoria. I'm 5 years old and I'm proud I know how to read. We are super readers!
For teacher-created instructional video, Wacky Weather.
Rihanna, I'm out here in the suburbs of Houston. There's some extreme weather. 1 minute the sun is shining, the next minute it's storming and raining. It looks like it can start raining any minute.
For thematic, Take a Stand Knowledge Building Project.
In 1913, the Woolworth Building, 792 feet. In 1930, the Bank of Manhattan Building, 927 feet. And in that same year, the Chrysler Building finally beat the Eiffel Tower at 1,048 feet.
For thematic, the anti-bully.
Hey, nice tie.
That was nice.
Now, the secret of making a successful classroom video is keep it interesting. Many students and teachers choose to use comedy to accomplish this goal. That's what the students from Sunnybray Elementary School did, use comedy to tell the not necessarily true story of Mount Rushmore.
It all began with a sculptor from Idaho named Gutzon Borglum.
He's hearing voices. I'm not hearing voices.
If you carve them.
Okay. Maybe one voice, a whisper. Where am I?
The Black Hills of South Dakota.
Who is going to come?
That would be me.
George Washington? You think people will remember you just because I caught your face on that mountain? You're crazy.
Hey, you're the one who thinks you're talking to George Washington. Besides, you won't be carving this, you'll be carving that.
How did you do that? How?
If you carve them.
How about me?
Thomas Jefferson?
None other.
Abraham Lincoln?
In the flesh, kind of.
What are you doing here?
Didn't the whispering voice tell you I want to be on that mountain? Can't let Washington and Jefferson have all the fun.
You're already on the penny and the $5 bill.
If you carve them.
I am Theodore Roosevelt. What is your decision, young man?
Fine. 4 presidents.
The story you have just seen is partially true. Gutzon Borglum was the driving force behind the creation of the monument at Mount Rushmore. The project began on October 4th, 1927, and was completed October 31st, 1941. The rest of the stuff, the 5th grader and the whispering voice, we made all that up.
That was a very creative way to learn about Mount Rushmore. Let's meet the teacher and producer of this project, Mr. Robert Schechter.
Schechter, congratulations on your VIC Award, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jorge. It's a pleasure to be here.
So I'm interested in knowing, how does, in your classroom, an idea or a spark of an idea turn into a finalized project?
Well, our videos have over the years, have come out of a creative writing program that there's a few of us as a group that we do it, and it's all after school. And we try to inspire the kids just to use their imagination, which we're finding every year is just, for some of our kids, it's very difficult to think out of the box. And over time, it's just developed to go from there to using some of the lessons that we try to teach within the writing part, and just make some interesting videos, and sometimes using music as well. So it all has sprung out of the creative writing program.
More elementary schools are taking home some VIC Awards. For science, science friction. For technical arts, Biome's Got Talent.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm Billy the Beaver. I've been practicing my wood cutting, and I have something very special for you tonight.
Go for it, we can hardly wait.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
For professional development, imagination.
It's gonna roar really big.
Roar!
Yeah, get your paws up here.
Who woke me up?
Let me go, please. Spare me. To spare someone means to let them go.
No. Why should I let you go?
The Best Supporting Student Performance Award goes to the entire cast of Go West. Fifth grade teacher Greg Lapidus of Carpenter Community Charter School directed his students to write a biography of someone famous. Now that's a standard assignment in language arts, but what he got from his student Kaylin Park definitely made the grade. Here's an excerpt from her documentary, Pearl S. Buck, Using Her Wits.
Pearl Buck was born on June 26, 1892 in Hillsborough, West Virginia. Her parents were Presbyterian missionaries and she moved to China when she was 3 months old. As she was growing up, she would come into hardships between the American culture versus the Asian culture. She would struggle with what she called her two worlds her whole life, but through the struggle, she made a huge impact on our world society. The Empress Dowager Zhu Xi ruled China, and collaborating with a secret society, the Boxers, started an anti-Western racist movement. She started killing missionaries and anyone who was not Chinese. Pearl, her sister, and mother left their home and found refuge in Shanghai. Pearl didn't understand why the two worlds of her childhood were suddenly at odds. This was the first time she felt the struggle between her two worlds, and she never forgot the feeling of being a victim of racial prejudice. Pearl's writing career began early. Her first published work was on April 5, 1899 at age 6. She became a regular contributor to the Shanghai Mercury, an English newspaper that awarded children's writing. After reading Oliver Twist, she decided that she wanted to help others and was going to become a novelist. Her first novel was East Wind, West Wind, but her real success was The Good Earth. After World War II, Americans considered Asians enemies, especially after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, and in 1949, the People's Republic of China was established, and Communist China turned their back on the Western world. In an effort to improve relations between the East and West, she founded the East and West Association. She spoke passionately about foreign policy, America's relationship with China, and worked hard for a China war relief to raise money for Chinese refugees. When she learned of Amerasian children who were not accepted by adoption agencies, she decided to form the Welcome House, an orphanage for mixed American and Asian blood. As the Welcome House prospered, she then focused her energies on abandoned children, fathered by American soldiers in Japan, Korea, and other Asian countries. Unfortunately, immigration laws prevented bringing these children to America. She started the Pearl S. Buck Foundation to provide money, food, clothing, and education to Amerasian children within their own countries. Pearl Buck died at the age of 81 in 1973. She had won the Pulitzer Prize and the Nobel Prize. She had been named one of the 10 most admired American women. She wrote nearly 100 books, founded an adoption agency for American children of mixed heritage, a foundation to help Amerasian children in their homelands, and raised 9 adopted children of her own. Pearl Buck truly used her intellect, perseverance, and determination for writing and helping bring justice to others, to make a significant impact on America's view of Asians, as well as opening Asians' mind to America. She was instrumental in making our world a more united and safer place.
Wow, even that little clip taught me a lot about Pearl S. Buck. And I'll bet that student Kaylin Park learned even more from researching and presenting her findings in the documentary form. It's a good learning experience provided by her teacher, who's going to join us now, Greg Lapidus.
Greg, congratulations on your 3 VIC awards.
Thank you very much.
On your students. So, you're a long-time VIC producer, and I want to ask you, why do you still keep doing it?
I don't do it for myself. I do it for the kids. I mean, part of our program at Carpenter Community Charter, being a school with a large gifted population, is that we believe in developing creative thinking as well as critical thinking, and it's part of our school motto. And so I've learned from going through many gifted trainings that this is a way to develop the total gifted child. And so it's inherent that my program is actually getting more and more into video production rather than less and less. I find the time to make it work, and actually it motivates the kids.
Perhaps if more students got learning opportunities through creative projects, such as the ones we've seen so far, they'd be motivated to do their best and stay in school. And that's the goal of our Focus Award sponsor, the American Graduate Initiative. KLCS, in partnership with the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, is supporting the nationwide effort to bring attention to the dropout epidemic and what we can do collectively to stem the tide. Students from the Sherman Oaks Center for Enriched Studies dramatized this message in their entry, Dropout.
dropping out of high school. High school has nothing to offer to me. Yes, it does. It's the place where you get ready for college and your economical future starts. I'm so dumb. That's a good enough reason to leave.
Are you sure you want to drop out?
I'm sure.
Because on your records, we see that you are struggling. But we can get you assistance in tutoring.
I don't need tutoring.
Are you sure this is the correct choice for you?
I really don't want to stay here.
Sorry, you don't have a diploma. You can't work in the library.
But
No. Sorry, no diploma, no job.
But I'll work really hard.
No.
I've got no job. I've got no cash. Dropped out of school. Thought I'd be cool.
Let's meet the teacher and producer of Dropout, Frank Boyle.
Frank, thank you for joining us and congratulations on your VICs.
Thank you.
How did you approach the topic of dropout prevention with your students, and were these the younger kids or the older kids that you teach?
Well, these are my fifth graders that I work with, and it came up, you know, here's this Focus Award, and it's like, okay, hey, staying in school and the importance of that. And I have, for the most part, honor students, and so these are not necessarily the at-risk ones that I'm working with. These are, you know, very bright students. So it wasn't so much the thought of, hey, we're at risk for dropping out. However, they really understood the importance of staying in school, and then how is it exactly that we're going to show that message? And, you know, then we got together, discussed the importance of staying in school. They all knew that. You know, this is nothing new to them. However, you know, they wanted to say, how can we show this to others and share that experience, that knowledge that we know.
And now with the second portion of the VIC Awards, we'll be seeing winners from the middle and high school competition. We'll begin with the American Graduate Initiative's Focus Award winner, Choices.
Okay, everyone know the game plan. In and out, grab as much as you can. Look, if anything happens, I'll handle it. You'll handle it? I said I'll handle it.
Dante, don't just stand there. Do something. Don't just stand there. Get back! You didn't see my face. Got it!
So you're late again.
It's none of your business, Mom.
Go to your room. Go. Get out of here.
Sure thing.
Dad?
Dante, we are going to be discussing the opinions of how to succeed in life.
To truly succeed, you need to advance yourself in school and achieve a higher education.
Dante, do you have an opinion about this?
A person doesn't need to excel academically to be successful.
So I see you two are very passionate about the Opinions Project. Well, I'm going to team you guys up together.
Wait,
Why?
With her?
With him? Are you kidding me?
So, what's the damage?
What's the damage? You are in danger of not graduating.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Put that down. That picture is really important to me.
Okay, calm down. Who is she?
That was my mother.
Was?
Yeah. About a year ago, we were on our way home from a track meet, and out of nowhere comes this huge car. I was okay, but...
A little more than 3 years ago, my dad died in a similar accident. Ever since then, I've been covering myself in his memory. Will, this is 10 years of your life gone.
Be the man we all know you can be. Make your dad proud.
Will, where do I start? I don't even know what to do.
Time is up.
Remember, you're better than this. You're better than me.
Staying in school will help determine your future. If you keep up your grades and join a lot of extracurricular activities, you're already on your way to succeeding.
You just need a game plan. You need the options to work around and get you in the right direction. I had a friend who made some wrong decisions, and he didn't get the chance to do that. So stay in school and don't choose that kind of life. Look, it's your choice, but take it from me.
Good job.
Choices makes a dramatic argument for staying in school and staying away from negative influences. Joining us now is the teacher and producer behind Choices, David Massey from Chatsworth High School.
Mr. Massey, first of all, congratulations and thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You know, I'm interested in knowing, in a video teaching, in a video making class, how long does a project like yours typically take to go from inception all the way to finished product?
Well, you know, it varies, but one of the first things that I like to do is just start with the pre-production, the story. I'm a story guy. I always emphasize that to my students. The kids always like to get into the special effects and the editing and the hands-on, but we use Final Draft, and I teach them how to put a screenplay together, and then we talk about the elements of a screenplay. So we cover internal conflict, protagonist, antagonist, character arc, and foreshadowing. So I'll do that at the beginning of the school year. So by the time that we're ready to go into pre-production, they'll have a solid foundation for storytelling, at least script-wise. And then the actual pre-production will take us probably about, I would say about 6 weeks of pre-production, talking about what the exact roles are for a DP, a director of photography, a director, props, and acting. And then we actually shoot it within 2 weeks. And then the post, depending on how close we are to the deadline, could be a week, could be 2 or 3 weeks. So it varies year to year with the type of kids that you get in.
Here are some more VIC Award winners in the secondary division. For science, the Water Conference.
Precious water that we once thought comes in endless supply is becoming more and more scarce around the world.
At the rate we are going, and without publicizing the crisis to urge more people to take action, the toll taken by disease and the lack of clean water will continue to rise.
For independent student video project, DeAndre's Uncle's Portrait.
My name is David Andre Rabowski. I could make furniture that's functional furniture out of popsicle sticks and Elmer's glue. There's nothing that I don't feel I could make out of popsicle sticks, given the time to do it.
For teacher-created instructional video, Conociendo a Dalí. For new media, Robotic Z, The Other World.
Saw the movie once. Okay, I'll go in first.
Right behind you, Jack.
Sun Valley High School teacher Dawn Guest-Johnson knows the importance of students learning to express themselves with confidence. Her students produced a documentary exploring their struggles, hopes, and successes. It's titled Our Voice.
I struggled with art class.
Math. Math is for barbarians.
I don't know, I'm very antisocial. Getting to school on time and not being absent.
I struggled with math throughout whole high school, even to this day.
I hate math.
I found out that being at school every single day and focusing helped me be successful, and also not listening to my iPod.
I found that studying actually really helped me be successful.
I found out that going to class made me successful and actually doing work.
My teachers helped me out because they gave me more time.
Motivation helped me become successful.
I was telling myself that I wasn't gonna make it because my family didn't make it. So that's how I doubted myself. But I realized that, you know, you could do it.
My advice to incoming freshmen would be, do your work, get it done, because it will catch up to you. Because it caught up to me.
Not get you into drugs or just being cool or, you know, messing around during instructional time. So I would just say focus.
Don't ditch class, because it really comes back to in senior year.
No drama. Well, actually, you can't stop drama, but prevent it at all costs.
Be yourself and do your own thing. Some people might not like it, but that's up to them. College graduate, having a bachelor's degree, just being independent from my parents.
I want to become a writer, a novelist, like write stories and all that.
Psychology or being a detective and all that.
The music industry.
The culinary arts.
I wish to have a career in criminology, forensics. High school can be a drag. You have a lot of temptation. You want to do many different things, get into bad situations, but just do it for yourself. You'll be thankful that you're someone.
These students are obviously wise beyond their years and express it well. Their teacher, Dawn Guest Johnson, joins us now to tell us how she made this documentary a reality.
Dawn, congratulations on your VIC Award, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
What type of problems do you encounter, or challenges I should call them, do you encounter that you would think would be different from the kids that are necessarily not making videos in a filmmaking in a class, but more in a regular 6th or 7th grade class?
Okay, well, I teach high school, so when you say problems,
challenges,
the list gets long. I mean, we have lots of challenges within the filmmaking class. The first challenge comes with, what are we teaching? And the film industry, it is a business, it is a career. So it's always that struggle of how much of this and how much of that are we going to cover. I want my students to leave the classroom knowing the film industry, knowing the technical aspects in front and behind the camera. So that is like one of the biggest challenges, balancing content with technical skills.
What is the process that you go through with your class for getting from idea or concept to finished product?
You know, the challenging thing is getting them just to be creative, to think outside of the box, to work with the equipment that we have. Because our program is really brand new. We've only been in existence for 3 years. So just getting our hands on that equipment is like one of the biggest challenges. But once we get that equipment, it's making that great idea, something different, something, you know, that they haven't seen before, and saying, okay, let's shoot this. It's easy to lean on something they've seen or something they've heard, but I want them to stretch like within themselves and pull that out and share that with the world. So that's the hardest thing, starting with a great idea to lead us through the pre-production and the post-production phases.
Our next VIC Award-winning entry tells the story of a homeless boy who had to make some hard choices. Even though the story is told with no dialogue, we can hear the boy screaming for help.
Gracias.
The VIC Award judges were really impressed with this story, told mainly with images and ambient sound. Let's meet the teacher and producer who gave his students this valuable learning opportunity, Aaron Lemos from the John F. Kennedy Architecture and Digital Arts Magnet.
Aaron, congratulations on your VIC, and thank you very much for joining us. You are a film teacher, so your outcome is going to be a film project. But I'm always curious about, are there any unexpected outcomes that happen along the way as an account of the just engaging in this kind of process?
I would say it'd have to be with the individual student. Maybe it's they didn't know these people that they're working with in a group that well, and they find out, wow, I really belong with these guys, and they've really accepted me. Or they find out something about themselves that they took into the lesson that I taught them before going into the production, and they said, oh, it's making sense now, it's clicking. I get what he was going for, and I understand why we are doing this the way we're doing this. So it's really on the individual students that I really see these, unexpected things, and it's kind of like this light goes off, and from that point on, those students are more eager to get into the next project and to work with their friends and maybe people that they just met.
More VIC Award-winning videos from secondary schools. For mathematics, Math in Motion. For history, social science, traditions, the source of our strength.
Nikola is a young man from Serbia who came to Cleveland High School for 1 month on a foreign exchange program. He traveled half a world away from home to experience American culture and teach us about his traditional life in the Balkan Peninsula.
For technical arts, the ultimate VEX experience. For producers' first take, thank you, teachers.
These are very, very important years in your lives because right now, what you do determines the rest of your life.
I haven't given up on you, and don't you give up on yourselves. You might do 20 times, but you know what? You wait for that one yes, always. Go for it. Thank you.
Beginning high school can be a challenge. Dr. Mary Reed knows this well. So she had seniors produce a video to express how they found success in school. Hearts Reveal gives nervous incoming freshmen sound advice from upperclassmen who've walked the walk.
Hi, my name is Kishani Jones, and I'm a freshman here at Hamilton. Even though I'm only in 9th grade, I've decided that I want to go to a four-year university and become a teacher when I get older. And in order for me to do that, I have to do well now in high school because there's something called a paper trail that does not go away. And they look at everything.
Hi, my name's Mikey. I'm a junior, and I'd like to tell you guys about the story that I had. So, coming into high school wasn't that hard. I kept up with my grades. But then 10th grade, it was more easier than 9th grade. So I just started relaxing. I didn't really care about homework. And I was on the baseball team. And second semester when they would check our grades, I didn't make a 2.0. So I got cut. And it really affected me because I really love baseball. And yeah, so basically just stay on top of it, get your grades done. And this year, I'm staying on top of my grades. I have a 3.5 right now, so I'll be able to play this.
Hi, my name is Andrea Carrillo. I'm a junior here at Hamilton High School, and so freshman and sophomore year, I wasn't the best that I can be. I had average grades. I passed all my classes. It was okay, but I know that I can be better. Just be the best that you can in high school and in life in general.
Let's meet Dr. Mary Reed from Hamilton High School, who produced Hearts Reveal.
Dr. Reed, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on your VIC Award. You deal with high school students, and it's a different level. Usually kids will come to this particular program because they're interested in it. In something like video production, how much do you factor in talent, and how much is it just that desire to express creativity?
My students that come to me have no clue about acting, anything. Like, they're shy. I have to peel away the onion. I get the video camera out. I start asking them questions in my little flip video camera. And I keep asking why and how, and I go deeper with the questions, and I'm very curious, and they know I care about them, and I'm curious, and I want them to succeed. So the camera's part of it, whether they like it or not. So then they get used to it, and they become better speakers. We went to middle schools. We went to Webster Middle School and Emerson. We've gone to Mark Twain Middle School to talk to the 8th graders, to tell them high school is different, and they could get up in front of huge audiences. I took another group of 8 students to the Aspen Challenge, and they told their stories, and they videotaped, and they edited, and I think it's incredible. That's heartwarming what they've done, because they are not afraid to get up in front of people and speak. As a doctor, you need to. As a lawyer, you need to. As a teacher. So video production is so important. Right. It helps melt away those fears.
More secondary schools are taking home VIC awards. For English language arts, give and take.
Hey man, watch where you're going. He didn't even notice. I took his wallet.
This guy is dangerous. We're not gonna rob him, and that's that.
You can steal from innocent people with a lot of money, right? But not a rich jerk that hurts people for a living. Where's the justice in that?
Look, I said no, man.
Alright, don't worry. No one's home. I saw him pull out the driveway before I broke in.
Let's go, man. What are you doing? You heard that? Yeah. He's coming back. Man, I think we need a new occupation.
You mean a real occupation?
For school information special programs, taking charge.
When I came in, yeah, that was the first year that they lost their director, and it was just a substitute. It was like, oh, this is weird. There's no teacher here, there's no director.
So that's basically how I became the band director per se. We didn't do as good as we had hoped, but we did better than we'd ever done. And that's something I tell the kids. It's not about what place you get. It's about if you perform better than your last performance. And for our 2 parades, we got first place at the Granada Hills Parade and second place at Chatsworth.
Now, there's a fictional character named Slender Man that went viral on the web back in 2009. Students in Karen Bennett's film production class wanted to make a movie about this supernatural creature who abducts teenagers. She decided to go with it, but instructed students to interweave the German expressionist style of filmmaking. This resulted in the VIC video, Slender Man. With a flash from a cell phone camera, Slender Man is history. Or is he? Let's find out how teacher Karen Bennett from Milliken Performing Arts Middle School guided her students in making Slender Man a cinematic reality.
Karen, thank you for joining us and congratulations on your VIC.
Thank you so much. It's fun to be here.
Now, let me ask you, this time around you did a very stylized project, and I'm curious to know what kind of pre-learning goes into getting kids ready to take on a project like this.
I've learned over the years that the kids really need a lot of buy-in when they do any kind of film project because it's such a long process. You know, from inception to the finished product, they really have to want to do the project. So as with any other year, we started out and they pitched their ideas for projects and they all had to write a screenplay. And then they voted on the one that they liked best. And I'll tell you what, when they said they wanted to do a movie based on Slender Man, and I figured out what Slender Man was, I think I rolled my eyes at the class. And I said, oh, I don't want to do a movie about a guy who kidnaps kids. That sounds so terrible, and I don't even think the administration's going to want to see that from us. And so I really had to put my thinking cap on and think about what I could do because that was what they were passionate about. And so I thought about, you know, what we were learning in terms of film history. I really take them back to the beginning. So as a parallel to our film projects, we're also learning film history. And, you know, at the very inception of film history was this German expressionist movement. You know, most people know Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. And so we took a look at that, and it really did echo with the character of Slender Man, a bad guy who's just bad and doesn't have a lot of motivation and not a lot of backstory. And that's the, you know, at the crux of that genre. So I taught them about German expressionist silent film. I hadn't meant to do a huge unit on it, but that was where they wanted to go. And I believe that a silent movie as their first film project, because these were 6th graders, is very, very helpful to them because they don't have to worry about capturing sound on set.
It's cool to see that black and white German expressionist filmmaking is still being appreciated. The students from Cleveland High School mimicked an even earlier period in filmmaking when they created the silent screen comedy Postmodern Times. Well, something tells me that if this character can get accepted into college, she'll find a way to pay the tuition. We want to congratulate Cleveland High School student Vivian Huwan for receiving a VIC Award for Best Student Performance. A job well done, Vivian. We also want to congratulate Vivian's teacher, Jason Firestein, a winner of the 2012 PBS Teacher Innovator Award. Jason was one of only 30 national finalists. Yet another example of the excellent teachers we have at the Los Angeles Unified School District. Well, that brings us to the end of this year's Video in the Classroom Awards competition. We hope seeing examples of excellent classroom video production will inspire teachers and students to give video making a try this school year. Who knows, you might be receiving your own Video in the Classroom Award in the spring of 2014. Until then, keep those cameras rolling.